Today we are actually going to discuss a joint program that the Green Chamber is hosting with local solar energy coaches. And Always being one of our solar energy coaches, we have Matthias Herzog on today, and he's going to present to you in a second. But I'm going to take a few minutes right up front and just explain what the Green Chamber Solar Collective is. This is similar to a solar co-op, if you've ever heard of a solar co-op, but yet it's different. Our Green Chamber Solar Collective is a way for the Green Chamber to provide our North Florida community with education on solar so that the community can make an informed decision of whether they want to go solar or not. We've heard from our members and we've heard from the community that a lot of people want to go solar, but there's confusion. They're not sure what type of panels they need. They don't know what the tax credits are. They don't know how much it's going to cost. They've heard it's very expensive, but they're not really sure. And in some cases, they're not willing to reach out to a solar company unless they have an actual contact there. So there's a little bit of hesitation from the community to just do this all on their own. So the Green Chamber wanted to promote solar. We believe in solar. We are the Sunshine State. We should be leading in solar. And how can we make that easier for the community?
Your picture doesn't show up for some reason. Oh. What we're doing.
There we go. Somebody was not on mute. So the Green Chamber Solar Collective, what we do is we have a spot on our website, and if we have time, I might take you to our website and show you where it is. But it's on our front page of our website, northfloridagreenchamber.org. You'll see there's a button for Solar Collective, and it takes you to a page where you can fill out a solar inquiry. And really what that is it's just you saying to the Green Chamber, hey, I'm interested in solar. We have some questions on there that will tell us your interest level, whether you're very, very interested and you've already researched it, or if you're a good candidate for solar. And then we will place you with an energy coach. And a lot of what Matthias is going to talk about today is what that energy coach does. So I'm going to leave all that up to you, Matthias. But before we get to you, the Green Chamber will partner everybody who fills out a solar collective with the right solar energy coach. And the energy coach will help that person, whether it is an individual looking for their home, solar for their home, or if it's a business owner looking for a commercial or solar for their business location. It's free to the public. So your inquiry will get you a free energy coach. The coach will walk you through several of the things that Matthias is going to go through with you. And at the end, the idea is that you ultimately are now informed of what your options are, who some of the solar installers are that are local, what types of panels would be a good fit for you. You'll have an idea of cost, how much it will, approximately how much it would cost. And you can better make a choice of whether solar is a good fit for you or not. So we really package it in a nice, easy way with education to help you make that informed decision. Once you make that decision, we are happy, and the energy coach is happy to introduce you to a solar company that has the types of products or panels that would be a good fit for you. And we do, I think Matthias is going to probably talk about helping you get the best cost from those solar companies as well. So not only are we, through this program, giving you free education, free toolkits to help you make a decision, we're also helping you lower the cost and check out what it would actually cost with tax credits and rebates and things like that. So our energy coaches are experienced in knowing what those rebates and tax credits are. So ultimately, that's what the Solar Collective is. It's for the North Florida area. So if you're in North Florida, you have a home or a business that you're interested in going solar, but you're not really sure, go to our website, fill out our inquiry form, and we will introduce you to one of our energy coaches. And that's ultimately what the Solar Collective is. It's a pretty easy program with a lot of great big benefits. And we will have some Q&A and discussion at the end, but that's basically it. I'm going to hand it over to Mateus because I think a lot of the meat of this program comes with the energy coach and what the energy coach is going to be able to provide to everybody. Mateus?
Okay, thank you, Christina. I think we're going to share the screens.
Yep.
If you
there, I'm making you the host so you can share your presentation.
Okay. Here we go. Do you guys see this?
Yep.
All right. Hello, everybody. Yeah, my name is Matthias Herzog, and I'm a solar energy coach with the Green Chamber Solar Collectives, and I'm honored, and thanks for having me, Christina. Our company is called Outways, as you see on the screen, and I'm honored to be here at the Tuesday I Choose presentation and talk a little bit what we do and how we contribute to the solar community and the Green Chamber Solar Collectives. Maybe first few words about myself. I'm in the industry for 16 plus years. In that solar industry, that's quite a few years. I've gone through many different positions in the industry, have worked for local contractors here in Jacksonville and the area. Spent many years in California. I'm a NABCEP certified installer and a NABCEP certified inspector. For those of you who are not in the industry, those are kind of the main solar specific national-wide certifications you can do. And I love my job every day. I'm really enthusiastic about solar, have it on my own house, and it makes me satisfied to help everybody going solar. So this is about what exactly is a solar energy coach. Basically, a solar energy coach or energy coach is an expert within that field. For us, it's solar. Ideally, it's a certified expert, which we are, always is, with the NABCEP certification. We have done and helped many residential and commercial entities here in the area to go solar. What the idea behind this is really like what Christina started explaining. There is a lot of confusion out there, unfortunately, still. How to go solar? Should I go solar? Is solar working for me? And how much is it? And then who can do it? And what happened in the last few years is because solar became really popular, mainstream almost here in Florida as well, the sunny state. It became kind of like people got a lot of sales calls, right? And if you get like 3 or 4 or 10 sales calls or canvassing people knocking on your door, you get kind of annoyed. Who should you trust? Who says the right thing? They all want to sell something. So that's how we as Always came in. We're unbiased. We don't own a product. We don't represent brands. We don't represent specific installers, contractors. We look at your situation, at your house, at the shades, at your electrical bill, at your budget, if you share it with us, and give you a really unbiased perspective, if it makes sense or not. And if we want to continue, we have some stuff maybe on the next slide. We give you a really thorough financial analysis showing how much solar can you install on your roof, if it's a flat, commercial, or residential. What equipment would we recommend? And behind that is a lot of availability, supply chain challenges we experience right now. What is the latest technology, price, production values, and who in this area we recommend or works with us in the Solar Collective to do that job and install it. Again, it's not us, it's not the solar coach who does the installation, and our services are completely for free to you. We're just gonna help you to take the anxiety out of this process, because it's really not complicated. And if you know what you're talking about and have the experience like we do, we can kind of filter out, what's real and what's not, and what's worth and what's not worth for you. Then what we do is the Solar Collective has several local installers on board. So once you decided, yeah, that is interesting, and we gave you kind of a preliminary proposal, a simulation, how much electricity will this system produce, how much tax credits can you get, how long is the ROI, the return of investment, how many years do you have to wait till you make it all worthwhile, you say, yes, I want to go for it, then we connect you with one of our network dealers or installers, contractors. It's going to be local. They're going to be pre-certified from us, and we can stay behind that. Those are good. You will be taken care of very well. And then we kind of step back and you sign a contract with those local contractors and the things get done. Having said that, we're still in the picture. You can call us anytime. Always is here for you during the whole installation process and after, because we are kind of committed to that, especially with this joint venture of the Solar Collective. The benefit of just going through the Solar Collective is really about knowing, having an expert looking at the situation and knowing what you're getting and for how much, versus just kind of trying and call somebody direct or believe some guy who knocks on your door and says, you know, you will never see an electrical bill anymore for the rest of your life, which can be true, but more likely not quite. Just quick behind us as Always. I don't want to talk too much about Always, but there's my business partner, Greg Barsu. He is a serial entrepreneur, successful, has a lots of financial experience. And then there's me, done solar for many years and feel very comfortable while helping you. I think that's it, more or less, or should I go more into depth what we exactly do in terms of documents you interested people will receive from us, Christina, or shall we go to the question and answers?
Why don't we make that our first question? If you want to hand back the host to me.
I'll do that.
Perfect. Let's see if I can get.
I need to make host. You should be the host. Yeah. I see your screen. Yep. Okay,
perfect. So thank you, Matthias. That was great. Very easy. I know you said that it's very simple process, but I don't think it is to a lot of people that don't understand it because there's a lot of moving pieces. So I'm guessing we're going to get a handful of questions. Let me explain to people how they can ask questions, and then I would like you to go into a little bit more in depth of what an energy coach would start by doing, like a roof check and those types of things. But let me tell everybody, if anybody wants to ask a question or make a comment. So we really value discussion, not just questions. If anybody wants to share with us their experience or just tell us their opinions on something, we would love discussion. Just raise your hand in the video, or since it's a smaller group, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask a question. You can also type a question in the chat, and I'll be watching the chat and I can read those questions out loud. So with that, while we wait for somebody to ask the first question or to start the discussion, Matthias, can you go through a little more in depth on like you said you'll do a roof check and?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you sign up that form on the Green Chamber Solar Collective website, we will get that information eventually. We will contact you, probably a phone call or an email, and the first thing we always do is kind of schedule an appointment to make a site visit. A lot can be done online or per computer or satellite imagery these days. It's actually really surprisingly how detailed you can look into someone's yard and roof. I can figure out where the meter is. I can figure out, the orientation of the roof, even the pitch. So I can do a very professional system simulation, like preliminary system simulation. What could we install on your roof, on your site-specific house? And then with that, I would come, or my partner will come out to your house and walk around and just kind of talk with you about it, what that means. What does it mean for you to have an installation done, which many people don't know. It's like a day, maybe a 2-day process. So you won't have workers in there for weeks. I would say a day, maybe they have to come back and do something the second day, and that's it. But after that site inspection, so you get a simulation, completely simulation showing how much energy this system will produce, average per year, how much, how many panel it will be, what equipment you need, some kind of, it's called an inverter, who converts the DC power produced by the solar module see what brand will that be, a lot of information in that document, and we're going to talk with you through it. And then, of course, the financials. So my business partner, Greg Marceau, will do a thorough financial analysis, say that's the investment you have, this will cost you, minus tax credits, minus the solar collective credits. Correct me if I'm wrong, there's a credit you get if you sign up through the solar collective form. And then, so you have a net cost, and then we compare it with what you pay currently for your electrical bill and make a one-to-one. There's no hiding in this process. There's all facts and numbers. So you pay so much average, because you can find this out in the past, how much you paid for electricity in average. And we know how much that system will produce in the future. And so we can tell you, well, within 6 years or so, this is paid off. And then we go into, after that process, and by the way, this is all on documentations. Like we give you, it's about an 8-page PDF document we can email you and you can print out, and you can go with that document if you want it to your local installer. I'm sure you might want to have another quote. There's nothing wrong with that, and compare our results with theirs. But so with that document, you also know how much you pay, how much, you have to wait till it's paid off, and how much electricity will produce. And then again, we go to, it comes down to you to say, yes, I want to pull the trigger and want to get this done. And then we connect you with the solar experts, the solar installation contractors in the area. We have several, of course, working with us. And the beauty on this process is we can provide you with 2 or 3 estimates from different contractors. I can tell you, I will go with this for this and this reasons, but I'm not telling you what to do. You can decide. You can contact them direct if you want it. And if you're ready to move ahead with one, then you get his contract and sign his installation agreement, and you go from there. And if you're unhappy with them, call us. Maybe we can some kind of mediate in the process. We're here for you. So that's kind of what we provide for this. And by the way, again, as Christina said, it's all free to you, to no cost.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Does anybody have a question or a comment they want to ask?
Will we see those in the chat box? Or I don't see anything right there, but you can also email Christina, or I guess, right, or me. Maybe I should punch in my email address in the thing. With any questions, I'm happy to get back to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I would point out is that one thing, emphasize what you said, is that you're not connected to any particular solar company. You're not selling a product. You're just helping people figure out what's a good fit for them. And the other thing I'll emphasize is that the Green Chamber and your energy coach will be with you after the installation too. So we're here if you're going through the solar collective. We're here, we know what you're doing, and we're happy to be of assistance in the future. If you have questions, we're happy to be here for you and answer any of your energy or solar questions through your energy coach and through the Green Chamber. Also, if you are interested in solar, that's wonderful. Fill out the inquiry form, but also share this information. We're going to make this video available. I forgot to mention, actually, we are recording this. Sorry, I didn't mention that earlier, but if anybody has any comments or questions about the recording, please shoot me a message and let me know. We are going to put this on our YouTube channel, and it's going to be available for people to share. You can also find this information on our website, and you can share the inquiry form. So if you have a friend or a family member, a neighbor, somebody who's been looking at solar, been talking about it for a while, but really hasn't pulled the trigger because they're not really sure, they're the perfect fit for a free energy coach. So we're finding that a lot of people just don't know that this program is out there, and then it's free and available to everybody. So please don't keep it to yourself. So with that, I'm not getting a ton of questions. We have a shy group today. With that, we are only a few minutes away from 2:30, and we like to close every Tuesday at 2 with everybody sharing what their Tuesday takeaway was. Matthias, I'd ask you to please tell us out loud what your Tuesday takeaway is, and I'm going to give you a second to think about it. I'd like everybody to please put their Tuesday takeaway into the chat box. So what was one thing you learned, or what was your takeaway from joining us today? We would love to know. And Matthias, if you could tell us what your Tuesday takeaway is before we all say goodbye, that would be wonderful.
Sure.
Can you just tell us?
I can just go ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
Fill the chat. No, I think it's, to me, my takeaway is like, I feel very happy, I want to say, that things like that are existing. I came from California 12 years ago when people didn't really know, not even the inspectors didn't know what photovoltaic is, meaning solar electric generating installations. I had to educate them to get my own system permitted. 10 years later, you know, we have events like this, people are really interested, people are getting educated, and it's a booming industry. Like Florida became, I'm not quite sure right now, but I think it's number 3 of the United States in terms of solar installations, which is great. That wasn't the case. So that's what makes me excited. That's
great. That's a great takeaway. Thank you for that. And thank you everybody who is on today. You've got some nice chats and comments in the chat box here. And if anybody wants to follow up with Matthias or with Breaking Ground Contracting and Mary or myself, please feel free to reach out to us. A lot of people share their contact information in the chat box, so remember to copy and paste that or save that before you go. And with that, thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for joining us for Solar Collective today.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, Christine.